All right, how you feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic, but probably not as good as you. I mean, this is the dream, right?
Yeah.
The UFC.
Yeah, it sure is. Dream.
How did you feel when they called and said, "Hey, man, we want you to come over here and be with us"?
Just grateful. I mean, I was grateful to Shannon. I had just talked with Shannon. She pretty much told me that they would be probably calling, just from her blessing, and I was just grateful to her and grateful for the opportunity.
After you won the title, I mean, did she tell you that?
No, we were actually talking about defending my title.
Oh, wow.
And then she asked me if I was ready, and
you were ready?
I said, yeah. I said, if that's something that you want, that you're okay with, I'm so appreciative of Invicta that I didn't want to, kind of almost felt bad. Like, I just won the title. You don't want me to defend it, but I definitely want to fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
So I can't say no to that.
As you were coming up with those guys, did you feel like you would be in the UFC this soon? I mean, it's not a rare thing necessarily, especially in your division. I mean, that they need fighters in your division over here.
I knew it would happen. I had a feeling like this year. I thought I would defend once after I'd won it, but I knew it was on the horizon, so not too far off.
So this is a pretty cool fight, though. I mean, it's the last two Invicta 145 champs against each other, right? I mean,
yeah, I think
it's sort of like a title fight.
It's sort of like, it's the one that makes sense, and I know a lot of people who follow at least Invicta have been looking forward to something like this. So, it's one that's definitely been brewing for a while.
I talked to her earlier today. Of course, you were on her radar. She's seen you fight, and I'm sure you've seen her fight plenty too. So, once she moved over here to the UFC, did you still think that a fight with her would happen at some point?
I knew our paths would cross. I wasn't sure if it would be my first UFC fight, when I got signed. I wasn't sure, kind of thought that they would put me with some other new featherweight signee. They said that they were signing a few, so I thought maybe building the division that way. But, yeah, I knew this was coming at one point. And I was excited that they put me in pretty much a number one contender fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like. I mean, they haven't said that, but how could it not be?
I mean, that's the interesting thing about your division is that, title shots will come quicker just because the roster is a little less deep. I mean, is that something that you like, or would you prefer there be a lot more women over here in the division for you to work your way through?
It goes, there's good and bad, but I'm excited to be a part of it. I think I'm surprised more people who cut a lot of weight to make bantamweight aren't just making their life a little healthier and easier going up to featherweight, because I think a lot of them probably could be very successful in the division. So I'm very happy here. I mean, I'm in it to go to the top, do my thing, and show the world what I can do.
Talk to me a little bit about what Megan brings to the table, her skill sets and things like that, things you need to be aware of on Saturday night. I mean, did you look at a lot of her past fights, or are you not a film watcher?
I wanted to watch more, but I watched, especially in the beginning of camp, while I'm fighting Megan, I want to kind of get an idea of what it's like being in the cage with her again, or, from film. My coaches really handle most of that. They watch a lot. My teammates are really into it, too. So I didn't watch a whole lot. Obviously, she's known for her striking. It's not a mystery. I feel like I am very well-rounded, so I feel like I have the advantage in being able to take the fight where I want it. I can keep it standing. I can take it to the ground. I've won a lot on the ground. I think I feel like I'm, like I said, just kind of more dynamic in that way. But she's there's nothing to sleep on with her ability and what we haven't seen yet, because we haven't seen a whole lot.
Sure. I was going to ask you, what you made of her most recent fight, which went all of about a minute or 70 seconds or something like that. Obviously, it ended in a strange way, so there's not a whole lot that you can probably take from that fight, is there?
Just bits and pieces, and we can't take one off night, maybe potentially an off night with Holly also. We can't take that for granted, and there's been so much time since her previous fights also that we don't want to think that she hasn't grown. I grow and change between every fight, so I'm expecting the best version of Megan Anderson, and I'm expecting to beat the best version of Megan Anderson.
The hardcore fans know you now's the chance to get on board with the folks that aren't as hardcore, and being in the UFC does that. I mean, have you thought about that, and the kind of the way a win over somebody like Megan in the UFC can kind of catapult you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. I feel really, like I said, just grateful for the opportunity to be able to grow my platform and promote my sponsors and just kind of make a life out of it more. I'm just excited for the whole process, and I don't know what it's going to be like when more people know me, but like I said, I'm just taking it all in as it comes.
If you had an ideal pie in the sky way of getting it done on Saturday night, what would it be? What's your daydream of how to get your hand raised?
Just anything. I don't want to rush. I would never. I don't imagine myself rushing anything. But first round finish within, 2 minutes of the first round would be definitely a ideal fight. To feel it out, take my moment, finish it, get out of there as fast as I can.